So hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Convos. And as I said, today I'm going to actually show you what I got from the car boot today, as it was like my very first start at a car boot where I got there when the sellers get here. So I thought I'd try a bit different and just see how the communication is, see what actual things are actually brought out at the very beginning, and just see what it's actually like in the very early morning compared to giving people like 45 minutes an hour to set up before I arrive there. So let's see what I got. First of all, in what they said was brand new, it's got brand new on there, is this Wade teapot. And yes, I see the box and everything. As you see there, brand new £5. Oh, Wade. I'm not sure what collection this is actually from. English Life Teapots, designed by Barry Smith and Barbara Wotton. So yeah, that was one of my purchases today. This was actually one of the last purchases that I purchased. That's why it's near the top. And I actually got this from the store that I got this Roll Dalton Wind of the Willows plate. Sorry Willow, you're going to have to wait 2 minutes. As you see, I paid £3 for that. Does actually have as well the stand on there, which is very nice to have. A lot of people do ask sometimes for the stands, and I do have a lot of them there, but I never actually send them with the plates because I just think it could damage the plates, to be honest, in shipment, so I prefer not to. I also got this plate. It's got Dan Boone ink on there, and it's one of the Cats Around the World plates, and I do have a couple of these already. I did sell one of them, as you see. I think one of them sold for like 30 quid, 25 quid. Stunning plates, so this selection Cats Around the World. I actually love that it's got its little Listerine in there. It was a bit wet out there, so I'd have to give that a wipe later on. I got this lacrosse set. I think this was £2, I think it was. So as I said to the woman, with this, it was a lot to do with the colour. Blue is my favourite colour, and this type of blue really does appeal to me. Navy blue, royal blue, close by. And that is, I think, basically most of the vintage. As I say, with car boots, I always go there and I never leave without getting something for me or something for a family member in the house or something for the house. So something always has to get for us, just because I'm here and as a collector, as someone that is looking for things myself, I always have to. And I got this today for us. It's a little card Disney, and you'll see that on the video earlier. When I got there, they was trying to get £7 for another card game, but I never heard of that card game ever before. And to pay £4 for a card game that I wasn't sure was completed, I wasn't really in the mode to buy that at the start, because when I done the video that you would have seen prior to this, I actually had already, I can see the lights not looking the best on me there. Yeah, so I can see that basically that the video that I showed you previous to this, that was my second round around. So on my first trip around, I done a quick lap and I didn't really end up with much, And this was one of the first things I brought, as you saw in the video, because in my first lap I never brought a thing. So on my second lap, when I saw the 2 games for £7, the boxes were a little bit wet because they'd been on the table. It wasn't for me, but as you see, we are a little Disney fan. I'll leave this one here, and I said I'm going to do a giveaway. So here's your chance to actually win a giveaway. If you can get the answer to this card right, I will send a comic to one lucky winner. I will pull out the names out of a hat if you can get the answer to this question. And the question is, something will happen when the clock strikes midnight. Something will happen when the clock strikes midnight. And whether you send the answer, you have to comment into the comments what the answer to this is. I will keep this card out so I also remember what the question was, and also for the answer. And maybe you can play the game along with us as well. Now, what else did I end up getting? Oh, we can hear all the toys. Now I got this Hobbit sword set. I think this was a £5. I think it was. And I haven't got many Lord of the Rings little things, because I am preferably a Harry Potter guy. But when I saw these, they was quite fancy. I do like them. And they are in perfect condition, to be extremely honest. I never saw no damage on the handles, as you see there. But they're quite a stunning little set. They're not actually real knives, by the way, but yeah, it's a stunning little set. So yeah, I think I paid a £5 or a £10 for these. I can't remember, but as it's Hobbit and I do like the display box, I thought why not. What else is in this lucky bag? As I say again, we have to buy things for me, my partner, the little one, or the house. So you've seen something I got for the whole family. Now it's something that I picked up for the little one, and she's going through GCSEs this year, and geography is one of her GCSEs. She chose geography over history. Although she does prefer history, she just believed history was a bit more consuming in how you have to pass history. There's a lot more coursework, so for her she swayed unfortunately away from the history and went with geography. Geography for me was one of my favourite subjects in school, to be honest, and that's why I travel now. That's why I travelled around the country, because I just love travelling and geography. Knowing your geography, you need to know where you're going when you're going where you're going. Let's keep that there for a minute. I then also ended up picking up a nice little collection of Thomas diecast, and in fact I always like to try and pick up a bundle of something, so this was my little bundle pickup today, and it was mostly cars, like literally cars, as you see, the Disney Pixar film, and Thomas the Tank Engine. And I think, how many did I get again? I think it was 20 something. And obviously these are the Take and Play Thomases. And I do have a few of these already. And as I says to him, Thomas is from my childhood, so I do like collecting little Thomas things. Cars, I do see Cars is a fan favourite to a lot of collectors out there as well. And to a lot of kids even still now. As you see, the trailers are actually here. So with the ones I had previously, I haven't actually got the trailers. So it was quite nice to actually see them with the trailers. And the Cars ones, I've never seen some of these before. I think it was, I paid him 45, was it, or 35 for them. So as you see, they take and they play. so magnetic. So you can just line them all up literally one by one. The little cars. Never actually checked the names of the years of these, to be honest, but I presume the 1990s, 1996s, around there, 93s. This one's 2002, the Thomas one here. As I said, they've got the little trailers, and that's what enticed me more so to them. I got a little soda mod. Corgi, this Ertl. Is that a pullback? I thought it was a pullback. Pullback and go. As I said, more cars. I did actually see this one before somewhere, and I was very close to picking it up until I realised the windscreen was actually broken, unfortunately. Oh, I've got one that's still stayed connected. As I say, I don't drive, so everything goes in my backpack. I have to carry it home and then do the check up on a lot of things, and even the clean up, as we say. We'll leave this one in a minute. We'll leave that one for you in a minute, waiting to see where the other piece was. These are all 2000s, 2003s. So there's the other black trailer that goes with our Samson, is it? Douglas. Goes with Douglas. And Donald. Douglas and Donald. The two of them there. This was possibly my favourite one. And again, as I say, I am a blue fan, so anything blue I do love. Oh my depth. That's me recording for you at home. So I hope you like, subscribe and share, because that would not normally happen. Yeah. Other trailers. There's the other M2 Thomases. As we see, he's got 2 and 4, so we are actually missing 1 and 3, unfortunately. Another little Thomas. Another little trailer. Another little trailer. And the last connector. The last little connector. So how many was it all together? Let's count them together, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of them. Okay, so I got 18 of them. I paid 35 for them, I think it was. So like £2 each I did pay. He was trying to get like £4, £3 for them. Now this was possibly one of my favourite purchases. And the reason this is one of my favourite purchases, because this is literally what I'm after when I go to car boots, and literally why I actually am a reseller and a collector. I just like rare things, and I have such an eye for certain things that I like. I do like to collect these things, and also get these things from some people who may not be able to get them to the right eyes, and actually get them to the right eyes. But this is something again for myself that I purchased, and it's this little pen. And the reason why this pen's so special, Yes, it is actually wood. Yeah, that is actually wood. He did the man. There was about. I don't even want to be disrespectful, but they were over 70, both the old woman and lady, and the man actually was in his wheelchair. He's like my partner's mum at the moment, and you could see he's obviously got health issues, and he made this himself. He had a few other things he makes, like yo-yos and other little things, but this was quite my eye. As I told him, I'm like, I used to collect loads of Parker pens when I was in school and even when I left. And I did like fancy little pencils and pens, and I still kind of do collect pens. I just don't actually show my pens I actually have, but I do have a variety of pens now. And just the look of this alone, wooden, caught my eye. And he had a load of them in a set, and then he had a couple like this with the ink on the side. And I asked him, "Are they actually man-made?" Like, and he said, "Yes, he makes these himself." I was like, "You make these yourself? You sit at home and you've made this?" And you know, for someone who's been to jail, and I've seen what people can actually do with their hands. Forget what we see out that people have got all the money, the mechanisms, the help, the resources to actually look on internet to design things. So yeah, we know we've got a lot of designers out here, and it's very rare the artwork. But when you go into jail, for me, you are very surprised with the talent of what a lot of people have in jail. Even for myself, I found out like some of my talents again, even though I'm lost a few of my talents because I wasn't able to use them now. For example, maybe football, athletics, sports, that was always my thing. I'm an athletic person now and I always have been. But for me, I found so many people make chess pieces and all types of things and ducks and massive houses from just paper, and it's crazy the things you see people make from paper, soap, wood, just naturally. So I had to buy this, and this was actually my last purchase, funnily enough. They were my last like vintagey purchase, but this was my last purchase before I left the car boot, and I paid £6 for it. I did get some inks. I can't remember where the inks are now. He did have to charge me. I think it was 50p per ink. I got three. He gave me an extra ink. So that is my new pen that will write up even this stock that I brought today into my little book. But I found it quite interesting that the man made them himself, and that his age and even just the style of them, they're just stunning pens. Like some of them you could see was a bit odd shaped, but you're not going to always get them the same. And the beauty of this is there will be no other pen like this because they're all individually made, and each individually made one is made from a different wood, a different piece of the wood. So the linings are just, the colours are just going to all be different. You can't get the same pen. So this pen will never be replicated, and that's what I loved about it. And if there was a little bit more money in my pocket, let's say at the time, I may have bought a couple. I may have bought the family as well, or one, because that's the kind of person I am. I do love those little things. Now, I do get a lot of support from Australia. So I thought when I saw these, I just had to get them. And they actually are, they're not going to turn without falling out the cases. They are actually the counties of Australia on spoons. So that is a Tasmanian one. I'm not sure if you're able to see that because I'm using my front camera today because it's still early. I've literally just come home. Let's see if I can actually... I'll show you these at the end properly because these are stunning. They've got Tasmania on, Victoria, Kangaroo, Porwa, New South Wales, NSW actually, NSW but New South Wales, Queensland, and SAV, SA, is that SAV? I'm not sure where that is, but it's got a Stuart P on there. So I believe these are all like the different parts of Australia. and all the like main counties, as London, West Midlands, Birmingham is, and it's got what I presume to be their national county emblems because they are flowers. So Tasmania has the flowering blue gum. The Victoria is a pink heath. The kangaroo paw WA. Waratah for NSW. Cooktown orchid. Queensland, and Stuart P SA. I'm not sure if that's a V on the end. I think it's just SA. But yeah, I will show you them at the end. It's Perfection Souvenirs. Little case they came in. But it was quite nice. I thought, why not? Now, I also, when I bought, I don't know if you saw this, but I also bought this from that shop where I got our little Disney game from. And I'm not sure if anybody can guess what that is before I actually say. Maybe that will help you. Because at first, I'm not going to lie, I thought it was Thunderbirds. And then I was quite surprised. And when I realised what I read, I should have known. Planet Express. It's from Futurama. Little magnetic top to it as well. We can just flip it that way if we want. Which way we want. I thought that was quite cool. Little Futurama. Little figure display. And it come with a little stand, so I thought that was quite cool. So I did get that as well. I think he charged me £3 for that. £3 or £2. I think it was £3 to be honest. I think everything he was saying was £3. To be extremely honest. Now let's go to a little collection of Rudyard. No, I was going to say because they're not all Rudyard Kipling. They are actually a book collection of a variety of children classics books, and it's the complete collection as well. So we've actually got Pinocchio. We've got Pollyanna. We've got the Water Babies. We've got Black Beauty. We've got the Jungle Book. We've also got The Wind in the Willows. A little favourite that is on mine. Treasure Island. Alice in Wonderland. Good old Robin Hood. We also got The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Again, good old Peter Pan. The Prisoner of Zenda. Well, that was The Prisoner of Zelda then, but Zenda. I've never actually heard of that one. I wonder if anyone's heard of that, read that one. Robinson Crusoe. This was one of my favourite films growing up. The Borrowers. This was one of my mother's favourite films, funnily enough. The Railway Children. Quite mad how they're coming out. This is a film that my partner actually loves, funnily enough. I wonder if there's going to be one for my daughter and my father. Little Women. But I think it's Three Little Women. Or, yeah. Little Women. No, we ruined it. Joss William. Gone and ruined it. Just So Stories. Another Kipling book. The Secret Garden. She does love The Secret Garden though. You should have been next after Little Women. We also got The Adventures of the Wishing Chair. 1001 Arabian Nights, a selection. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Good old Mark Twain. And finally, the last three but not least, is Gulliver's Travel, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and Andersen's Fairy Tales. So I think it's 24 of them, is it? 25, let's count them. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, full 25 book collection. Now let's get to what we got in here, which we had to package away a little bit safer because it was one of the first purchases as well. And when you buy first, it's kind of tough to keep. You try not to buy a lot of breakable things first, or I don't anyway, because I realise if I do, and I start throwing things on top in my bag and keep forgetting, that could be a problem. But I got this little beauty. I think you saw this on the camera actually. I think you saw this first purchase on the camera. And she said £2 for it, and I was like, okay, then I'll take that. A little Mayfair label on the back. But can you see? I'm going to take out this now because I want to show you the spoons, and I want you to be able to see both the spoons and the beauty of this little teapot. So I'll keep my camera that way because that's the way it's set at the moment. But look at the detail on it. And as I said in the video, it's actually got a nice little weight to it. Stunning. Beautiful. She didn't have this out on my first lap, otherwise this would have been snapped up as well. And I'm not going to jump to any conclusions, but I promise you, if I didn't have my video out, I may not have got it for £2. So it's the way life goes. I thank you, the viewers, I thank me YouTube channel, let's say. So now let's show you the last little purchase, these spoons, so you can actually get a proper look at the beauty of them. Get the light right. So that's the Tasmanian one. I do love the little box they come in, but it was more, they've got the Australian, 5 counties, and the flowers on there, which I presume are their natural, their national emblems. I'm not 100% sure, so don't hold me to that. Obviously, not every time you buy things you know what you're buying. Sometimes you buy by your eyes and do your little research after. And as I say, I've had support from Australia from I've started my business, and that's, to be honest, on my website I've had so much customers from Australia on my website. So anytime I see things that have any emblance or resemblance to Australia, I do actually get them, because we never know what somebody may be looking for. Even before they know, what they're looking for, just like me. And I think that was the end of my whole little trip today. And I think the last, where are they? I can't find my refills, but I definitely will find them before I go back upstairs. So yeah, thank you for joining SJ Car Chair Limited Convos. And I do hope you like what I saw. Put in the comments, what is your favourite product here? And I'll give you a little scan again as of everything on the floor. Kind of get a little gander. So we've got the 25 books. We've got the Futurama. We've got the Lord of the Rings swords. We've got the pen from Arlad. We've got the Wade teapot, the lacrosse bowl, Tupperware. Got the Wind in the Willows, Royal Dalton plate. We've got the Cats in the World, Danbury Mint. We've got this beauty here, which I think it may make it as my favourite. It's either that or the pen for me. Honestly, it's that or the pen for me. The Thomases are beautiful, and the cars are, to be extremely honest. They are stunning. And I'll end it with a last little view here of these little spoons. Get the toes out. Can we get the shadow away? And thank you for joining SJ Car Chair Limited Convos. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday.